Hello, Bryan School students. I hope this message finds you all healthy and well. Tonight, I'm here feeling a little happy and a little sad all at the same time. And I wanted to be able to tell you why. Beginning in January, I will start to work in my new role as Director of Curriculum for the Cresskill Public Schools. So at the start of the new year, I won't be principal of Bryan School anymore. I'm excited to continue working here in Cresskill, and I'll be right down the street on Brookside Avenue, just like we are now, but I'll be in our superintendent's office. That's where Mr. Burke is. It's called the Board of Education office. I'm sure you remember our superintendent, Mr. Burke, a couple of years ago after the book fair. Mr. Burke and I went out on the field across from Bryan School, and we threw a bunch of water balloons at each other. So you probably remember him. So he and I will have our offices a few hundred yards south on Brookside. And I'm excited to continue working in Cresskill and to continue working with all our students at Merritt School, the middle high school, and Bryan School. That's part of what a curriculum director does. But I am also sad to leave my everyday life at Bryan. So I didn't want to begin my new job without saying goodbye to all of you as my students. And since I can't say goodbye in person, which is really a drag, I thought I would send you this video message. We've talked together before about goodbyes. Usually when we gather at the end of a school year, we do that. And we've spoken about how at those times, we often do a lot of remembering when we say goodbye. We remember the special times we've had, how much we've grown, things we've learned, and certainly I've been remembering all that and more as I've thought about moving on from Bryan School. One of the biggest things I've always said we seem to remember is each other. And that's the thing, the most important thing I can think about right now. All of you as kids. I won't remember all the little details about you. Who came in first on field day? Which one of you won the spelling bee? A grade you got on your last social studies test, or your Halloween costume from last year. But usually, as I've said many times over, what we do remember is how we were treated. That is something we never forget. And I'm so happy to say that I will remember all of you, each and every one of you, for the way you treated me over my years at Bryan School. You've treated me with what I always say comes before all else. That thing that I always say comes first. Do you remember what it was? It starts with a K, and it's not, as a student once guessed, kindergarten. It comes before your studies, before your lunch, before your recess, before your pencil comes out, before your whatever. Do you remember what it is? That's right, kindness and respect that you offer to others and that you offer to yourself. You have always offered me that kindness. So please, please, please carry that with you and continue to offer kindness and respect to all those around you, those who are both similar to you and especially to those you perceive as different from yourself. There's a word about kindness in this wonderful book that was actually given to me by a very kind Bryan School family about a year ago. This is the book you may have heard of called The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. And this book, if you get a chance to read it with your family, please do. It probably says all of what I'm trying to say right now in a much better way. But one thing it does say in the book, actually the horse says in the book, is that nothing beats kindness. It sits quietly beyond all things. I've learned that from you at Bryan's school. And I've learned a lot in my time at Bryan's school. Some of the things I've learned, and I hope you have too, I've learned that time passes swiftly, and there's so much that truly matters. And probably there's just as much that truly doesn't. I've learned there are things in life you can control, and so much more that you can't. I've learned that life with a capital L will fill in the lines of your story. And no matter how each chapter reads, this is my goodbye wish to all of you. May you always be filled with loving kindness. May you always be safe from and aware of inner and outer dangers. May you always be healthy in your body and your mind. And may you find peace and be truly happy, even when it's hard to do. If you are celebrating a holiday this season, have a joyful one. Have a fun break. Please show Mr. Waika the same kindness as a principal that you've always shown me. Thank you, my Bryan Bulldogs, for all the wonderful times. I'm going to miss you. Bye-bye.